Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm doing a live discussion on The Flash. So let's get into it. Now before I do it, don't forget to subscribe and click notification bell because algorithm. So it's The Flash. Now I'm gonna do non-spoiler and then I'll do spoilers. So you can so if so you can do so this is the non-spoiler review. After this I will be doing the spoiler review. So let's get into it. So it's a superhero film. It's based on the DC Comics character of the same name. Um, so it's the 13th film in the DC Extended Universe, and it stars Ezra Miller, Sasha Calle, Michael Shannon, Ron Livingston, Mary Belvedere, Kirstie Clemens, Antony Trant, and Michael Keaton, and Ben Affleck. And so in the film, Mary travels back in time to prevent his mother's death, which brings unintended consequences. This was directed by Andy Muschietti. You know, if you know Andy Muschietti, he did Mama, he did It, and It Chapter 2. So this is his first non-horror movie, and his sister Barbara Shea produced it. It was written by Christina Hodson, who did Bumblebee, Birds of Prey. She also did Batgirl, which didn't happen. But um, so she's doing the Fast X sequel. So now let's get into it. So I'll say I enjoyed the movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought the action was good. I loved the plot. The story was good. The action was good. The humor was good. Um, so yeah, I thought the only thing I don't like, I think, is the CGI. I think the CGI is kind of what holds this movie back because I feel like even the director came out and said it was intended to be like that, but this movie's just been mocked since the past few days. People keep spoiling the movie. They keep showing like pictures and videos from the movie, and like it's mostly the Snyder fans. They keep doing it. Yeah, they haven't seen the movie, and then they keep saying like they keep going on about the cameos. I'm like, if you see the movie, you'll know the context of those cameos, but they keep showing these cameos and I just don't. So let's get into the. So that's pretty much it. I think the music was good. The music by Benjamin Wolfish was good, and I like some of the music. Which I love Benjamin Wolfish's score. I think it's good for the film. I enjoyed it. So this movie was announced in like 2014, and directors kept leaving. Lost four directors. I have a whole video called "The History of the Flash Movie." You can check out my channel. But this movie has been for years, and then this finally came out, and after 9 years, like even when it was announced, the Flash TV show was out, and then this was announced, and I don't know, but yeah. So let's get into it. So now I'm done with the non-spoiler. Let's get with the spoilers. Which I want to get into spoilers right now. So there's a lot I have to talk. Um, so first of all, we open to Barry, who's basically in a sandwich shop. Um he's basically in a sandwich shop, and he's buying a sandwich, and he's telling the people to hurry up with the sandwich because basically Alfred calls him. Basically, there's a bank robbery, and then so basically what happens was he was asking why they call Superman, and you see Superman came on the TV, which I'm fine to be honest because we saw him in Black Adam. Like if this is the last time we see him, I don't really care. Um, so so yeah, so basically he has his new suit, which I honestly think his new suit is much better because I like the Zack Snyder's one. It's okay. But to me, I think it was good as a tester suit, but as a Flash suit, I really don't think it's still that. So basically, he runs. So as he's about to run, there's kids there who like the Flash and stuff, and they basically talk to him and stuff. So basically, you find out that he needs to run on calories. He has a watch that basically, and it's that he needs when he's a Flash, he needs calories, and because he didn't get his sandwich and something, he's suffering like from low calories. So then he runs, and I like the sequence. I like how he runs. It was just so great, and I like the music playing. So he basically him running all the way to Gotham City, and I like that sequence. I think it's good. So yeah, so yeah, he's there. Then you have Batman. He's basically on the cycle, which you see in the trailer. He has a cycle. It's like the full sequence of him on the cycle. And I love the Bastille cycle. I think it was good. We see the Flying Fox from Justice League, and I'm happy Jeremy Irons came back. So yeah, when they catch, no, after they pretty much catch the people in the bank robbery, um, uh, basically, basically, so basically, you see Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, because they basically announced that basically Gal was in this movie. People were making it because they filmed scenes with Henry Cavill and was it Gal Gadot, and basically they kept Gal Gadot scenes. They didn't keep Ben Affleck scenes, and so I'm happy Gal was in this movie because the last time we saw her, she's out through the gods, and I thought what she was getting when I thought she was getting through the gods. And then I turned the Flash movie, like The Lasso of Truth and stuff. And it was good. So The Lasso of Truth, he's on Batman, and The Flashies as well. And so yeah, so basically when that's done, he goes back to get the sandwich. And so then he goes to work, he meets his co-workers, which is Albert, and Patty, and basically the person he works for, basically he was always complaining because if you read the comics, Barry's always late and stuff, and I'm happy they incorporated it into the movie. And so basically he goes home and he calls his dad from jail, and he has a court hearing, and um basically there's CCTV footage where you don't see his face and stuff. Um so basically his dad was telling him to just don't worry about him, and so he goes and he visits his childhood home, and then he remembers when he was a child, and then how Henry was wrongly in prison for murder. So he travels back in time, and then you basically see all these like this multiverse. He's basically in like this like dome thing, and then there's all this multiverse and stuff. And then he tells Bruce about it, and Bruce tells him that if he does it, there would be consequences if he does it. So Barry goes. So then he meets so Barry meets Iris, which Iris is in a like after he's like, at work. Iris is there, and then he shows up at his apartment, and yeah, so he basically says he can go back in time, prevent Nora's death. So he does, and when he does, so he returns, and then he's knocked out of the Speed Force by another speedster, and ends up in an alternate 2013 where his mother's alive. He finds his parcel, and he realizes he has arrived on the day he originally obtained his powers. So they go back. So they have to go to the Central Police Department to get his powers. When he gets struck by lightning, they both get struck by lightning. But then Barry from 2013, he gets his powers, and then the present day Barry, he loses his powers. So basically, he has to train the 2013 powers. So then you have this whole sequence of him running, and then he pretty much causes like Central City, and basically he's naked and stuff, which I thought was kind of funny. And the phasing that the Barry that I thought it was funny as well. So basically he's at 20. So basically there's a broadcast by General Zod. It's pretty much identical to the one in Man of Steel. Who want to invade Earth, and you basically see Barry, who was there during the Black Zero event, which that's pretty much the event in Man of Steel, about the terraforming. So basically, he saves the kid. How he doesn't save the father, and so basically, he attempts to assemble the Justice League, but unsuccessful. As in this timeline, they're unable to locate Wonder Woman. Victor Stone has not been in his accident yet. Arthur Curry was never born. He's unable to locate Wonder Woman, and the two travel to Wayne Manor, hoping to find Batman, but instead find an alternate, older version of Bruce Wayne, who has retired from crime fighting. They convince Bruce to help them find Superman, and so, um, so, so yeah, this movie, so basically, when they meet him, he basically doesn't want to help, but so they're in the Batcave, And then you basically see the Batmobile from the '89, and then basically they have to go to Siberia. They're looking for Kara. They still find Kara and not they find Kara um, instead of Clark Kal-El, and basically basically they have to run away from all these people who are in that lab, and they successfully do. So Kara pretty much goes to try and find Zod. Um, Barry asks Bruce to help him get his powers back through creating the original accident. The first attempt fails and then he kills Barry, prompting Kara to fly Barry into the storm and get struck by lightning, successfully reviving his powers. So then he has his suit, and then the Barry from 2013 basically gets the bat suit and he makes his own suit. So yeah. So Kara and Bruce join the two Barrys to fight. And basically so you have this whole montage. So you have Kara fighting Zod, Fire is there as well. And I'm happy the two actors came back. And then you have Flash, the 2013 Flash, basically fighting. But most of the fight is in the trailers, which yeah, I don't love but so basically Kara gets killed by Zod, and then Batman gets killed as well, and then the two Barrys travel back in time through their safe companions, but are unable to change their fates. Barry says they will not be able to save them, but 2021 keeps trying, repeatedly traveling back through time. Always saying, as 2013 Barry travel, the multiverse starts to collapse in itself, and basically see all the cameos. So let me get through the cameos real quick. So we get artificial intelligence, we get deep faking. So we pretty much get Christopher Reeve from the Super. You get Christopher Reeve Superman. You get Helen Slater as Supergirl. We get Adam West's Batman. George Reeves as Superman. You get Teddy Sears as Jay Garrick, and then so yeah, and you also get Nicolas Cage as Superman as well. And yeah, so when they do, and then eventually the Dark Flash, who already knocked Barry out of speed for returns, and ruled to be an older version of the 2013 Barry, who still believes he can still save the world from Zampa and the deaths of Valga. He explains the casual loop paradox that led to his own creation, but grows angry when Barry reveals his own intention to reverse his action by letting Nora die. Angry, the Dark Species, he attempts to kill Barry, but then he kills the 2013 Barry, who sacrifices himself to save Barry and wipes the Dark Species from the timeline. So in the aftermath, Barry undoes the change. He made the timeline and comes to terms with his mother's death. However, he makes a minor change in the past. And so he basically gets tomatoes. Basically, how he dies, his dad goes to get tomatoes, and then Nora dies, which we don't know. It's implied as Reverse Flash, but they don't mention Reverse Flash. But yeah, so basically, he takes the tomatoes out because Nora has to die in that universe because and he makes new evidence in the present day that proves Henry's innocent. So Henry gets out of jail. So after returning to the present day, helping to exonerate Henry, Barry is contacted by Bruce, whose appearance has been altered as a result of Barry's timeline change. So basically, is George Clooney. George Clooney shows up, and I'm fine he showed up. People making a big deal about George Clooney showing up. Like, there were rumors he was going to show up. People were making a big deal he was going to be the DC Universe Batman, but James Gunn said it wasn't true. And that's pretty much the movie. Now, there is a post-credit scene which Barry tells a drunken Aquaman about his experience traveling the multiverse. And Aquaman's pretty much drunk, and then he falls into a puddle. And the post-credit scene is fine. It didn't have to add anything because they're rebooting the universe anyway. And that's it. That's the Flash movie. So I'd give it an 8 out of 10. I think it was a really good movie. I think it was much better than I thought it was. And yeah, I enjoyed it. I had a good time with it. It's fine, but yeah, I feel like if Reverse Flash was in this movie, I feel like I feel like if Reverse Flash was in this movie, it probably could have been better. But I'm happy. I mean, I don't know. I think they were gonna save him for a sequel, but I don't know. I don't know if we'll get a sequel. I don't know. The only way this movie gets a sequel is if it does well, which it has to make around the level of the Batman. But I don't know. I can see a maybe. I don't know. I can see a maybe can make 800. If it even makes 800, it's fine because then that means they can do a sequel. Which Sasha Calais was going to cameo in it, and Michael Keaton. But if they were to do a sequel, I doubt they use that script because there's already a script written for the Flash, the sequel, and it's written by the Aquaman writer. But I doubt they use that script because one, that script was before James Gunn and Peter Safran took over. Which I just say they do a sequel. The reason why I say that because I don't think we're getting a Flash movie anytime soon in the DC universe because we already have 5 movies. I might use chapter 1 isn't finished yet. There's plenty of movies. I don't know how they integrate the Flash into that. But I think in the meantime, we just get a sequel, and then maybe in the DC universe, we get probably a better Flash movie that people wanted. Maybe an origin, maybe not an origin, maybe, I don't know. Now there's hints. I think they were setting up for Reverse Flash to be the villain in the second movie, which I want to see Reverse, and I want to see Bill Skarsgård playing it because I so much, but I feel like they can do it, but I don't know. I would want a sequel, which I've seen this movie twice already. I might see a third time. I don't know. I have to wait and see. But that's the Flash. I give it an 8 out of 10. I highly recommend checking it. It's not my favorite DC. I think it's probably maybe my third favorite after Zack Snyder's Justice League and Wonder Woman. And it's a good movie. I enjoyed it. I say this because I'm a Flash fan. I've been waiting years for this movie, and it finally came out, and it's fine. It didn't disappoint. I thought it was good. Check this movie out if you haven't. But yeah, I think the only bad thing is probably the only thing that's not good is probably the CGI. Like if you just don't think of the CGI, I think it's a good movie. So yeah, so that's the Flash movie. I know that people don't like this movie because it has so this movie so I like this movie. I think it's good. I don't think it's bad. It's not as bad as people are saying. Don't listen to those people on Twitter. It's a really good movie, which I honestly think this movie is gonna be so good. But I just feel like people aren't gonna see it because I feel like people just don't care for the DCU anymore. Because we saw what happened with Black Adam; it didn't make that much money. And the same thing with the Suicide Squad, Shazam: Fury of the Gods, which came out early this year, which that bombed. Shazam was a good movie, but it just sucks how. But so it is the Flash. I give it an 8 out of 10. I'm looking forward to Blue Beetle and then Aquaman, which is pretty much going to end the DCU, and we're going to get the DC universe. So that's pretty much it. That's the Flash. I give it an 8 out of 10. And so yeah, guys, thank you for watching my videos. See you next one. Bye.